Hey friends, welcome to Calendar TV. This is MLB News. Let's start by taking a look at the standings. Here is the American League standings. We can see the Toronto Blue Jays lead the East, with the Yankees 3 games behind and the Red Sox 6 games behind. The Tigers lead the Central, with the Guardians 3.5 games behind. The Mariners and Astros are tied for the lead in the West, with the Rangers 5 games behind. Now let's take a look at the wild card standings. The Yankees, Astros, and Red Sox have the 3 wild card spots, with the Guardians 1.5 games behind. Here is the National League standings. The Phillies have clinched the East. The Brewers and Cubs have both clinched a playoff spot, and the Dodgers lead the West, with the Padres 3 games behind. Here is the wild card standings. The Cubs, Padres, and Mets lead the wild card, with the Cincinnati Reds and the Diamondbacks both 2 games behind, and the San Francisco Giants are 3 games behind. Hey Chicago, what do you say? The Chicago Cubs clinched the playoffs on Wednesday, September 17th with an 8-4 win over the Pirates. This will be their first playoff appearance since 2020. The Yankees are looking for a replacement for Anthony Volpe. Let's take a look at Volpe's stats. We can see he has a career WOBA of 288 and a career weighted runs created plus of 85. We can also see a big decrease in his defensive rating for 2025, as well as a big decrease in his WAR. I'm going to make a future video explaining these statistics in more detail, but for now, just know that WOBA and weighted runs created plus are the best measures of a player's hitting ability, and then defense is the defensive rating based on a player's fielding and position adjustment, and then WAR is a comprehensive measure of a player's overall value. So we can tell by looking at these stats that Volpe is a below average hitter, and he has been for his entire career, and he has also seen a big decrease in his defense and fielding this season. So I think the Yankees should consider a replacement for Anthony Volpe. Los Angeles Dodgers pitcher Clayton Kershaw will retire at the end of the season. He has had a great career, recording over 200 wins, a sub-3 ERA, and over 3,000 strikeouts. He has also won 3 Cy Youngs, 1 MVP, and a Triple Crown. His MVP season in 2014 was one of the best pitching seasons of all time. He's considered by many to be the best pitcher of the 2010s. Cody Bellinger can opt out of his contract at the end of this season. His current contract is worth $26.67 million per season. He has had a great season with the Yankees, so he is most likely going to opt out of his contract, seeking a bigger contract. So the question is whether the Yankees will pay Cody Bellinger. He has had a great season. You could say he's been the Yankees' second best hitter behind Aaron Judge. So I think they should pay Bellinger, but then they also have Spencer Jones in their minor league system, and he could be a possible replacement if they choose to not re-sign Bellinger. There is talk about a salary cap and a possible lockout in the MLB. The owners want a salary cap, but the players don't. This could jeopardize the 2027 season since the current bargaining agreement expires after the 2026 season. What a salary cap is it limits the amount of money teams can spend on player salary. There are some pros and cons to a salary cap. Some of the good things about it is that it makes teams more competitive because you can't have one team just buy a really good team like the Dodgers. Some of the bad things about it is it can be frustrating if you can't sign a certain player because of the salary cap. Some people would argue that a salary cap is not needed in the MLB since the MLB is already a very competitive league, and spending does not guarantee success. The Dodgers have a very expensive team, but you could say that they've underperformed and have not played as well as many people expected this season. Also, the Brewers are not a very expensive team, but they're the best team in the MLB this season. Some other examples are the Diamondbacks reached the World Series in 2023, and the Rays reached the World Series in 2020, but both of those teams were not very expensive teams. So we have seen a lot of competitiveness in the MLB even without a salary cap. Let's wrap up this video by talking about my predictions for the remainder of the season. The New York Mets currently hold the third wild card spot in the National League, but the Arizona Diamondbacks and Cincinnati Reds are both only 2 games behind. I think the third wild card spot can go to any of those 3 teams. Also, the Houston Astros have tied the Seattle Mariners for the lead in the American League West. However, I do think the Mariners are going to win that division. Also, the Red Sox hold the third wild card spot in the American League, but the Guardians are only 1.5 games behind, and they have won 9 of their last 10 games. I think the Guardians have a shot at the wild card, but I do think it's going to be the Red Sox that make the playoffs. Thanks for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe for more MLB news, and consider sharing this video with a friend. Also stay tuned for future series such as NHL News, where I discuss current events in the NHL, as well as Around the Sports World, where I discuss events about other sports such as NFL, NBA, and many other sports. And feel free to comment any ideas you would like to see in a future video.